everyone, thanks for coming back to my channel and joining me for today's video. Today we are not going to do a makeup look. I'm actually going to take you through a quick brush introduction for those of you who are a little more new at makeup application in general and want to know how to identify your brushes and how to really take care of them. At the end of the video, I'm going to do a really quick demo of my favorite cleaning products for both sponges and brushes, so stay tuned for that and please buy them because hygiene in makeup brushes is so important for both your skin and anyone else that you apply makeup for. So let's get started. So when you first buy a makeup brush set, it will likely come in a carrier case such as this one. Open it up, there's usually a flap. Mine is pretty dirty even though I do keep my brushes clean, and that's because I only use these for transport. So if I'm leaving a set or wherever I'm working for the day, I will usually just throw the brushes in here and then clean them thoroughly once I get home. When I am at the place where I'm going to be applying makeup for the day, I like to use stuff kind of like this. Even you could use a water glass for all I care, but you can usually pick up some really cute products like this at dollar store type places, Michael's, and they're usually sold as pencil holders, but they're great. So, onward. When you get a kit like this, there will usually be about 15 to 20 brushes inside, and the largest one with the rounded tip, big fluffy brush, is usually going to be your powder brush. This set that I'm using is from my makeup school, Cosmoprof in Singapore, and the brush number is 19 for the powder brush. So what do you use this brush for? Basically, after you've already applied your liquid or cream foundation and you set it with powder, you use this big fluffy brush to wipe off any excess powder. You usually don't apply color with this. You can use it to buff out sometimes the cream that you have, but I don't really recommend it. I really only like to use this brush for powder. Next, the second largest brush, it looks almost exactly the same, is your blush brush. This one is number 18. So you would use this brush with only powders and you would want to apply generally right on the apple of the cheek, but depending on the face shape or what kind of look you're going for, you can obviously change that up. There's no right or wrong. A quick hint that I like to give out for finding the apple of the cheek is if you put the edge of the brush on your ear and the other end at the corner of your nose and go straight down from the outside of your eye, where they intersect, that's the apple of your cheek. No problem for that hint, that one's free. Alright, so the next brush is my favorite brush. This one's number 17 in my Cosmoprof set. It is still a large brush, but it's more tapered. You can tell the whole head is thinner, and the rounded edge is sharper in comparison with the other two brushes we just talked about. This is your contouring brush. You can use this for all the colors of contouring, and it just really helps you get into the nooks and create the correct shape that you want on the sides of your face, on your temple, around your forehead. And if you're using it on your nose, you can just squeeze the brush and fan it out like so. Favorite brush. Plenty of you are familiar with this brush. It did not come in my Cosmoprof set. This is a Bobbi Brown fan brush, the large kind. You can also use this for contouring. I do. You just put it in the powder, swipe back and forth. But what you use this brush for is up to you. Leave a comment, tell me what you use it for. Let's see. Next, we have a bevy of eyeshadow brushes. So I'm just going to take out these three from my set. They are all flat eyeshadow brushes coming in various sizes. They each actually have their own use, so I will go through it. The largest of the brushes for your eyeshadow in the set will be rounded, flat, and it is for packing on the color. So whatever main color you're going to use for your look, you want to use this brush. Just start where you want the most color and then buff out, and then after that you will use your blending brushes. The second largest of these flat brushes is going to be for your highlight color on your eye. So usually this will be right along the brow bone, and then you will blend that color down with your sponge brush. The third one of these brushes I wanted to show you is a bit smaller. It doesn't have as many bristles, it's thinner, and this is to add shading. So I usually use this brush for blacks, dark browns, blues, the dark accent colors that you want to add to the outside V of your eye. So this is your dark shading brush. Next in this kit is going to be a flat blending brush. Usually, I know a lot of us are more familiar with these puffy kinds of blending brushes, but I really do, I don't know if you can see that, I really do enjoy this flathead brush because you can create a very fine line by keeping the point to your skin, or you can turn it so the flat edge is hitting your skin and blend by making little circles. I had to cut this in because of course I forgot a brush. The foundation brush, probably the most important brush you can possibly have. Anytime you see a dual tone brush with the rounded head and the flat side, you will know that that is your foundation brush. This is what you will use for both cream and liquid foundations. You can put that product into a little palette if you have one. You can use a watercolor palette for 99 cents or buy one of these mirror type palettes specifically for makeup. Then pick up the product using the brush and basically paint all over your face with it. You don't have to blend too much with this brush. That's not really its purpose. The purpose is to get into the nooks and crannies under your eyes, around your nose, and your mouth, like a paintbrush. And then later on you would go in there with a makeup sponge and buff everything out and put it together. So that's what this brush is for. Alright, so I'm just going to show you a couple more from my set. I'm not going to show you all of them, but I think the most important final three are going to be your eyebrow brush. This is, it's blurry. Eyebrow brushes are always small, they are always angled, and the way you use them is with the longer edge towards the middle of your face. So you're going to blend outwards following the lines of your hair. Do not blend in towards the outside because you're not going to achieve the look you want, the powder's not going to go where you want. Finally, we have our lip brush and eyeliner brush. So the lip brush and eyeliner brush look very similar. The lip brush is going to be a little bit larger with both the bristles and the thickness, and the eyeshadow brush has a very slight taper at the end. Eyeliner, I keep doing that. So you're asking, why do I need a lip brush when the lipstick is already in the shape of my lips? Why? The answer is for hygienic purposes. Anytime that you are actually using any cream product or liquid product, anything besides your eyeshadow powder and your blush, you actually do want to use a spatula. Let me show you. So you would take the lipstick, take a little bit of that color onto the spatula, and then from the spatula, use your lip brush to gather and paint onto the lips after you've applied your lip liner. The reason we do this is so no person's skin cells ever comes into contact with this lipstick. It's much more hygienic that way. The product will last longer that way. Of course, after every time you use this, you probably want to take a wet wipe, just wipe it off, and after any day that you use it, make sure to disinfect. Same goes for this eyeliner brush. Whenever I use this brush, I am using gel liner. They come in little pots like this. This is Tarte and Kryolan, they're my favorite. So you want to just layer onto the brush and then use the slim edge to get you a nice sharp line and fill in with the fat side. And that is all for the brush introduction right now. I do want to show you my favorite cleaning products. This is actually, the Sephora is not my favorite, and I'll go into why. So I'm gonna change the angle, and we're gonna have a little demonstration. Right now I just want to show you my favorite brush cleaning mist. This is from Etude House. I bought it for a little bit more than $5 US, and I love it. It does so well. I find that even though it is cheaper than the Sephora brand, I still think it works a hell of a lot better, and I'll show you both. So the way you use this is you take a clean paper towel that has some ridges. I know a lot of people have the bristly pads for cleaning, and that's great too, but I find that this works just fine as long as you're using the right spray. You're going to take your dirty brush. So this is my smudgy brush, and it still has a lot of pink from the other day on it. And you just spritz right onto the bristles from a very close angle. So usually one spray is enough to do it. You can do two if you're using a larger brush. And then all you're gonna do is scribble on the paper towel. And you can see all of this product coming out of the brush. And within a minute, there's not gonna be any left coming out of the brush, and then you have lovely clean bristles. So that's really all it takes. You really should be cleaning your brushes at least once a week. If you are using them on clients, obviously you want to clean between every single client. So this is Etude House's spray. I want to show you Sephora's spray. So let's get some clean action. I'm doing the same thing for this. I'm going to go both sides because it's a larger brush, and you just wipe out. What I find, however, with this product is that it seems that you run out of the spray on the brush much faster, and by the time you run out, there's still that pigment on the brush. So, after you do this with your brushes, set them aside to dry. You do not want to spray any of this or get any water into the ferrule, which is the metal part of your brushes. If you do, the glue's gonna come out and your hairs are gonna start pulling out. So try not to do that. If you can, dry them bristles facing down. Alright, next I want to show you my favorite sponge cleaner. Basically, you can use this detergent for puff and sponge in a couple of different ways. Let me tell you about this product. It is a Japanese product. I bought it for $1 from the dollar store, basically, in Japan. Their store is called Daiso, and I know that there are a couple scattered out throughout California, I believe, but you can definitely get this online. And it is the most amazing puff cleaner ever, and you can definitely also use it on puffs like this. So a couple ways you can do it. I'm going to show you the ways I like to use it the most. Basically, just take your gross dirty sponge, put a little bit of product on it, and I like to wipe it in there, rub it in there with my fingers, just get it all over the sponge. This sponge in particular is pretty disgusting, so I'm going to put on another layer here. And you really don't have to wait at all. After you get it nice and worked in, you're gonna go to your faucet and just dip it in there, run the water, and you can see how all that gross stuff is coming out immediately. And this water is not clean, but you can already see, look at this sponge. It's not disgusting anymore. So if I had running water, you can imagine it would be brand new. It's my favorite sponge cleaner. Another way you can use this cleaner is to get a bowl kind of like this one, add a couple of drops, and just drop all of your sponges in and leave them to soak for about 5 minutes. You'll get the exact same effect, but I mean, it's just a little bit less hands-on. So there we go. If you are using this cleaner to clean a puff, you want to use the exact same steps. All right, I'll show you because this is pretty gross. Just blend it in there with your fingers. You can do both sides. No waiting involved. Just dip this right in. wring it out. And you have a beautiful pink sponge. Look at that. I fucking love this shit. This is amazing. Go out and buy this. Tell all of your friends. Be hygienic. Alright, so takeaways from this video. Wash your sponges wash your brushes at least once a week. Wash your sponges all the frickin' time. Definitely find a Daiso or go online and find this detergent for your puffs and sponges. You will thank me all the days of the rest of your life. It's amazing. Buy it, buy it, buy it. Use spatulas when you need to, because hygiene is the most important thing about any makeup application. Alright, so thank you for listening to me and watching the blurry ass video that I just put up. If you have any comments or questions, make sure to leave them down below. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, and please subscribe and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks everyone. Bye.